What's up, everybody, and welcome to Dueling Aces for 12/23/25.
Christmas Eve. Get it right, damn it.
Christmas Eve, yes. And as the title enhances, it will be an NFL Christmas Eve Quickie this evening. I am still trying to recuperate myself, and we'll be going to take some more medicine as I'm almost cleared through this sinus crap. That Mucinex kickstart, thank God it works just like they turn around and advertise. But almost through it, and excuse me, just actually got back from the Sailors basketball trio of games. Freshman squad did beat Willard this evening. And Bryce actually dropped 17. David Plott dropped 10 in the win. So nice job, fellas. It's the second time this season already Bryce has dropped 17. So he's working on getting to that 20. Their next opponent is Saturday as they go against their rivals, Firelands. Game time is 4:00. So anybody within the vicinity of Vermilion High School, come on by. Or if you can't, check it out on YouTube because they actually broadcast it live. Vermilion freshman basketball. Check it out. Saturday, 4:00. All right, Sam. We were literally just chit-chatting a couple of these little snippet headline things. The NFL over the weekend, you beat it to a dead horse last night. Somebody's been into the eggnog a little too soon. The games are, usually we get the weird ones happening around Halloween, but my God, some crazy ones. So far the game of the year, the Rams and Seahawks Thursday night, absolutely amazing. And McDonald, you had no choice. You had to go for two because you knew exactly what was going to happen if the Rams got the ball back. But
I'm not giving Stafford the ball back with 4:26 to go.
Yeah, there's just no way because you knew exactly.
I'm living and dying by the two. I'm living by the two and dying by it.
Yep, 100%. That was a great call. The Saturday games, it is what it is. The Bears knocked out the Packers literally and figuratively as Jordan Love goes down, as Dustin said last night, with a grade 3 concussion protocol. That's bananas because it says here he practiced today but still is in concussion protocol. So not sure about how severe that concussion protocol is. If my man's supposed to have a grade 3, he shouldn't even be seeing a practice field.
I'll be lucky if he could see straight if he has a grade 3.
With that being said, though, unfortunately, the Lions completely blowing it and their wide receiving core screwing them over because of it, and losing to Pittsburgh. That just kept Detroit now on the outside instead of Green Bay on the outside looking in, and strangely put the Pittsburgh Steelers just a bit outside of the Ravens' reach now. So with that being said, I'd like to turn around and jump into last night's game real quick, though, before we move on to the festivities of the week. My God, what an amazing first half of that football game last night. It was Rivers, touchdown, 49ers, and Brock Purdy, touchdown. Then went back and 49ers, touchdown. Then it's Phillip Rivers back down the field, touchdown. Sam, it was so much fun watching them go back and forth. I was nervous.
Did anybody punt in this game?
Yes, the Colts did have to punt. The 49ers kind of funny how you just segue into that, because the 49ers last time they punted was just in the Cleveland Browns game in the third quarter. Was the last time the 49ers had punted the football. So that's 2 games and a quarter and a half since the last time the 49ers punter has seen a field. Now, I don't know how often these fellas get paid, but I mean, damn, I could just see him sitting back there having a cup of coffee going, yeah, y'all don't need me.
Thinking
I mean,
PTO.
I'm sitting there going, yo, they're playing Madden, buddy. They're playing Madden. I don't use a punter when I'm playing Madden.
This is like the definition of going to work, clocking in, leaving, going home, show back up 8 hours later, and clock out. That's exactly what the being in the 49ers punter is right now. It's getting a free PTO day, but you're getting paid in full.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And
Also, I gotta
hold up. Speaking of, Brock Purdy throws for 5 touchdowns, which hasn't been done since Steve Young did it back in the Super Bowl. Congrats on that little feat. Yeah, 5 touchdowns and has no and of course Steve threw it to Jerry Rice.
go figure, right?
Yep. And I'm anxious to see our boy with the injury demon, as he's going to sit there and pull George Kittle as a teaser, and when he shows his Kittle popping back in, he's going to go, come on, and he's going to tell him, hey, look, Shanahan made a deal with the demon. It's like, it's whatever it takes to keep CMC alive.
What Kyle Shanahan has done this year with that Niner squad is truly. See, this is the definition of a coach of the year. Coach of the year should not just go to you when you have the best record. The coach of the year, to me, is someone who has to one of 2 things. Because I'll give you right now, I have 4 top candidates for coach of the year.
Okay.
Here's how I view a coach of the year. You either take over dog shit and turn it into a contender, Ben Johnson, Liam Cohen, or you have to face some type of adversity, injuries, star players going down, losing valuable pieces. Kyle Shanahan, Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh's literally been coaching without 2 of the best tackles in the sport. He had Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt for combined 6 games, and one of them hasn't played all year.
And they lost Brock Purdy. They lost
Fred
Wagner.
Warner.
They lost Bosa.
Warner.
I mean, yeah, Warner. Yeah, I mean,
and hold on. Kittle missed basically the first 4 weeks.
Yep.
Not to mention Jennings and Pearsall and all of them. Yeah, they've been playing lately, but they were in and out of games, missing time early in the season. And not to mention, this is not the strongest offensive line the Niners have had over the past 5 years.
No, but last night, boy, did it look almost seamless. They almost could do whatever they wanted last night, Sam.
Yeah, and what shocks me is because the Colts did get reinforcements last night. They activated an old friend of yours. They got DeForest Buckner back. I feel so bad for the Colts. They finally had a quarterback playing decent. They were putting it all together, and then all this shit happens.
If the scary thing is if this all goes down 2 weeks sooner, I think the Colts, it's totally different for them. I think it's totally different for them if it happens a couple weeks sooner. Because
possibly,
I'm scared, dude. Last night, it looks like Phillip Rivers hadn't skipped a beat. Let's talk about that. It's 2 games we've seen him. And I'm sorry, old man's got it, dude. Old man's still got it. He's sitting there making calls left and right and hits a dude wide open. I was like, man, y'all better be paying attention to him. My God.
What we've seen out of Phillip Rivers is truly remarkable. I just think it's funny that Phillip Rivers decided to try to come back into the NFL right around Christmas. He needed some more damn money for them kids.
That's yeah. Outside of the meme jokes, dude, it's amazing to see somebody just literally walk in the door like this. And it's like, okay, yeah, dude's putting on a little bit of weight, but yeah, he can still move. He can still sling it.
Phillip Rivers has been out of the NFL for 5 years, has put on a dad bod, has 16 kids, and is somehow still in better shape than Jamarcus Russell ever was as an NFL quarterback.
Hey, Cam Newton, quit whining.
Cam Newton doesn't have a see, here's the problem. And this is why I have set out a mission for what I do at 609 and what you guys do here, what we do here. This is my mission. ESPN will find anybody that will just come on to spew nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Cam Newton comes up. I don't think Cam Newton's had a good thing to say about one quarterback in the NFL this year. I don't think he's had one good thing to say about a quarterback in the NFL, probably because he's salty because he's no longer in the NFL.
True. All righty. Christmas, you know, this is kind of annoying to me. You know, that the NFL's forcing themselves on Christmas because usually everybody just wants to chill, and you know, the NBA usually has Christmas Day, and you know, because nobody really needs to pay attention to football and aren't really interested in paying attention to football on Christmas Day unless it happens on a weekend.
You remember the year that the NBA had that early season mini lockout and the season started on Christmas Day? That was a fun day.
Oh, dude, full day.
That was a long full day. That was awesome.
So the horrible fact is, if you don't have a streaming service, you ain't watching these games. I already had to forewarn my mom. I'm like, hey, there's 3 football games on Christmas Day. She said, great. She said, great. I said, no. I says, it's on Netflix and Prime Video. She went, well, screw that.
Well, I mean, we're going to be watching what? Dak Prescott go against Josh Johnson?
I was going to say, the spread is only 7. And I'm sorry, but
get
out of here. I'm Dallas all day. Detroit's at Minnesota. Detroit, I think this is danger. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Minnesota, be careful, because I think Dan Campbell is going to have Detroit going off. I mean, this game spread 7.5. You might as well make it about 15 to 20, because he is going to want to make a beat down statement on somebody.
And Minnesota's down to like their 3rd quarterback. So,
I thought it was the 4th. Denver at Kansas City was supposed to be an amazing matchup. Denver, God, Denver favored in Kansas City by 13.5, Sam.
Do the Chiefs even know who's going to be the quarterback on Thursday?
That's a good question.
You know what? I'm going to help the Chiefs. I can't stand Kansas City. Kansas City, I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you a lot.
Cleveland's got somebody.
No. I got this. I have the perfect idea.
Chris Olo Dokun.
Did you just call me fat in Swedish? Did you just insult me in a native language? What is that?
Yeah.
All right, listen.
He was drafted in 2022 in round 7, pick 241 by the Pittsburgh Steelers.
That's all I needed to hear. Okay, Chiefs fans, pull a Philip Rivers. What? Why's he got Mahomes' hairdo?
I'm like, I don't remember this guy. Of course, watch. I'd be scared if he comes out and he's all of a sudden he's like a Tom Brady. Oh, he's the new savior of Kansas City.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
It's. I have no idea who the hell that is.
But
and the backup on the depth chart says Shane Buechele.
Okay. Chiefs fans, pull a Philip Rivers out of your hat. Go see what Matt Castle's up to.
Oh my God. Did you? Listen, I know we're about the old guys coming back, but I mean, come on. That one's going back a little too far.
Well, you can't go Alex Smith. He's only got one functioning leg.
Listen, Alex Smith, I'm betting could still play. I'm betting Alex could still play. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be pulling a fast one there. Yeah, that's that's interesting. And it is going to be brutal. Almost 14 points. Yikes.
We're in some wild times right now.
Wild's an understatement.
Tends to be. So, I got it.
The over under, by the way, with that 13.5 spread, the over under is a disgusting 36.5 points. That's just pathetic. Now, of course, the fun games that I would really love to watch, I'm not going to be able to because the Sailors will be looking to whoop some butt against Firelands in all 3 basketball games on Saturday afternoon to evening. So at 4:30, you got the Texans at the Chargers, and you got Baltimore visiting Green Bay. Right now, Vegas doesn't like what's going on. They've only got Green Bay favored by 2.5, which means, hey, that the home 3 points it's basically a pick'em game.
Pretty much.
I saw a stupid rumor thing today on ESPN this morning saying that the Ravens may be looking to shop off Lamar Jackson. I was like, whoa, wait, what? Huh? You're going to do what?
They're going to do what?
You're going to do what with who? Okay. That's weird. Houston needs the win more than the Chargers do. Even though I know the Chargers also need it because of Denver. So their game is only a 1.5 spread with the Chargers. Houston's freaky, dude. I don't know what is going on with that team, but okay. I'm in. Give me Houston, give me Baltimore. The one of many prison inmate games for the week. Arizona at Cincinnati. Snooze fest.
Dear Lord.
Snooze fest at 1:00. Pittsburgh at Cleveland. Will Miles Garrett get a hold of Aaron Rodgers to tie the record and possibly break the record, please and thank you. Last shot, last home game. So get your crap together. Let's get it done this weekend, Miles, so that you can have week 18 off and enjoy the record. New Orleans at Tennessee. I will take New Orleans, citing that I have seen, not ironically, interesting quarterback, and Mr. Taysom Hill is back. So the Joker is back, and he's making a little bit of an impact. So, yeah, give me New Orleans. Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Pittsburgh's only favored by 3. No DK Metcalf. Could make things interesting. I'll shoot with the Browns. I'll shoot with the Browns one time. Why not? Back up to Arizona and Cincy. Cincy's favored by 7. Jacoby Brissett is still good. I don't know what to make of that. Joe Burrow seems to be into his own head and either does or doesn't give a damn. I don't know. It's like, well, it just depends on which Joe Burrow is going to show up. But I'll take Cincinnati at home. Jacksonville at Indy. Technically, Indy needs to win out. If Houston loses, skips a beat somewhere. If Houston wins Saturday, Indy's going to know already whether or not Phillip plays. If Houston wins on Saturday against the Chargers, Phillip Rivers will not play that game, and it'll be Jacksonville all day. So, yeah, I'll take Jacksonville. Tampa at Miami. I don't know what's wrong with the Buccaneers, Sam. I have no idea.
They're banged up. Like, they're still banged up, guys. Like, you need to understand, a team like that, and this happens with all teams like this. When you're banged up the way they've been, like Dustin said it on 609 last night, since their bye week, they have been the walking wounded. And it's not just about the guys that have missed the season or are missing time. It's the guys that are playing, they're just playing through all these nagging injuries.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami. New England at the Jets. This one's an easy one. It's New England. They will definitely slap them around. The Seattle at Carolina, I'm gonna come back to. The Giants at Vegas. Jesus. Talk about your prison inmate games of the week. Good Lord.
Can these teams just tie, please?
Yeah, just get it out of the system. Loser gets the draft pick, and the winner falls further out away from the draft pick.
Did Tyler bring up last night what he heard Colin Cowherd say?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure. I couldn't remember if he did.
I don't know. Vegas may have all their I mean, after what Genty just did last week too, give me the Raiders. Philly at Buffalo. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, we're gonna come back to that one.
Actually, let's just rumble right on over to Monday Night Football. We'll come back to these other games because they're very meaningful games. The Rams and Atlanta. It's the Rams easily. Let's start off with the Seattle at the Carolina Panthers. Now, the last time I said, well, Seattle, I said that's a West Coast team going over to the East Coast, and Seattle went, ew, and whooped on Pittsburgh. Okay, you show me you can go across the country and go whoop some butt. It don't matter. The Panthers, it's kind of creepy. They need this win to stay in first, I believe. And
the NFC South is going to come down to the Week 18 matchup in Tampa.
Yeah, which I think they'll still lose. Tampa will still probably lose. Seattle needs this game to keep the pressure on the 49ers, who play later on that evening. So I am taking Seattle because I believe that is exactly what's going to happen. Philly at Buffalo.
Weather pending.
Which freaking Philly team am I getting?
That's the best question, and I don't have an answer for you yet.
That's where you have to wait and see. You're the guy. We're supposed to have answers.
Yes, but again, this is a game where we still, as of right now, the weather report in Buffalo is going not to be good. So I don't know what the game. I said it last night. This is going to be a big James. I said this to someone today. This is going to be a big James Cook, Saquon Barkley day. The question will be who makes more plays through the air. And if I had to pick, I love my quarterback, but I would pick Josh Allen.
Oh, isn't this nice? My local weather, a drop in atmospheric pressure over the next 24 hours may trigger migraines tomorrow. Just what I wanted to hear. Thank you very much.
Happy Christmas Eve, George.
Freaking no kidding. Not what I look forward to when that damn barometric pressure drops. It sucks. I'm going to be miserable as all get out. That's just great. Just freaking great.
So now let me also point this. If they do lose to Buffalo, it doesn't change my stance on the team. Buffalo's a good team. Sometimes good teams have to lose to good teams. The Rams lost to the Seahawks. Does that make the Rams not a good team? No, it just means they lost to another good team. Good teams will beat good teams. So right now, if you had to put, I don't want to go too far into it because I have to do it again on Friday. I would probably, as of right now, lean a little towards Buffalo. However, something we have to monitor as well is that Josh Allen foot problem that he had last week.
So the weather forecast, by the way, has changed.
It's going to change every day for the rest of the week.
No, there is the temperature is going to bounce very warmly and is now expected to be 43 degrees and rain. So no snow. You will have a wet game, but you will not get snow.
No, fuck that. Send that snow to Buffalo. Keep it away from me.
No, there's actually no snow headed. There is no snow headed for us.
I don't want it.
Dude, they're not even going to be that. The line is 1.5, so it's a pick 'em.
And the other thing is, so the Eagles practice today. Jalen Carter returned to practice. Lane Johnson did not. I said it. I said I am not. Lane Johnson is coming off a foot injury. I am not playing him in those conditions.
Yeah. Technically, Philly's got everything under control anyway. Buffalo needs this all in no matter what. So yeah. I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills too, but again, this could go either way.
Yeah.
Honestly, let me be honest. You know, we can call this. This is literally the matchup of the two teams. There are two of the better teams in the league, but have been so damn inconsistent. Because don't tell me Buffalo's been more consistent than Philly. They've been just in the same neck of the woods as we have.
They almost choked it against the Browns, dude. Come on. They won only 23-20 against the Browns. Hello.
They lost to the Dolphins earlier this year.
Yeah.
This is the matchup of the two teams that have been they could be two things. They're either inconsistent and a mess, or they're Super Bowl contenders. They're the Jekyll and Hyde of the AFC and the NFC.
Now on to the Sunday night game in Santa Clara. The Bears at the 49ers. I think 49ers only favored by 3, and the over-under is 52.5. At the rate the game went last night, oh my God, Sam, there will be boat races. So at this point, with a Seattle win at 1:00, and if the 49ers win in Sunday night, it'll be another Sunday night game in Santa Clara next week Sunday, as none of Week 18's games are on the schedule yet. Everything is in a nice column as to be determined right now, because they are waiting to see what matchup that they will be looking at and what is the highest stakes one. And being that Seattle and San Francisco would be playing for not just the division championship, the division lead, but the number 1 seed overall in the NFC. And the playoffs will go through that team's stadium for the playoffs.
Of all, I need you guys to win, because I want the 2 seed, and we need the Bears to lose to get it.
Mm-hmm.
Because regardless of what happens, the 1 seed is going to be in the NFC West. But if the Bears lose and the Packers find a way to win out, the Packers win the North, but the Eagles But the Eagles own the tiebreaker over the Packers because they beat them. The Bears own the tiebreaker over the Eagles. So I need you guys to please, if you want to score 48 again, I gladly appreciate it.
Well, I sent you that weird little snippet this morning.
Hold on. If you don't beat the Bears, I hope Brandon Ayuk is a 49er forever.
I sent you that weird little snippet this morning because somebody on SportsCenter this morning mentioned it, and I went, oh, that's interesting. And that is the fact that the 49ers host their final 2 games at home. If they win both of those games, they then have the number 1 seed, and all of playoff games, as when they are winning, go through in Santa Clara at home. And the weird ironicism is this year's Super Bowl is in Santa Clara at Levi Stadium. And the strangeness of a team having home field advantage for a Super Bowl, again, because we've actually had this happen within the past 10 years. It's been set up before where they've had that opportunity, but it didn't happen. But it's just strange enough that it's like, wow, could that really happen? Or do the 49ers just not have enough gas in the tank to fend off, anybody and everybody for the playoffs? So we'll have to wait and see. But I like the approach that I heard last night, not just from Shanahan, but from all the players, because they're all buying into the same philosophy. 1 game at a time, 1 play at a time. And I said, absolutely. That's exactly how you need to play it. 1 play at a time, 1 game at a time. It's exactly what you want to do. Don't try to go looking ahead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Bears got the division. Yeah, must be the fingernails. With that being said, I did make that strange long shot prediction on Unscripted that I said at the beginning of the season the Pittsburgh Steelers would win the division and would go on to be in the Super Bowl. And they were just like, what? Well, okay. Pittsburgh's that close right now, at least of making the division. And it's like, well, let's not choke the chicken on the first round this time. Sure enough, there's going to be somebody crappy enough in the AFC to turn around and beat. So we shall see.
Oh, we shall.
But with that being said, the NFL has it got it real interesting real fast. That is for sure.
Absolutely. Now,
and Ben Johnson, dude, listen. Yeah, as much as I know I want to beat you, my man, you have turned that Bears squad around in a year. The Jacksonville squad has been turned around in a year. Sam, you brought up about Shanahan just being able to make adjustments with all the injuries that people are dropping like flies, and the 49ers are still there. Of course, we also talked about, well, the 49ers schedule was a pretty easy one and that they should be winning all of these games. Well, a lot of these teams all of a sudden have become a lot tougher and weren't just pushovers.
Once again, look, last night on 609 proved one thing. When you have you, me, Tyler, and Dustin on, there's going to be disagreements all over. The one thing that Dustin and I have agreed upon every time he's on the show, I don't give two donkey shits about strength of schedule. It's not college football. It's the NF freaking L. It's the big leagues. It's not my fault that some of these teams stink. They're all NFL teams with NFL players. It isn't these teams don't make their schedules. You play who's on the damn schedule.
Yep.
That's why earlier this year, that's why with the past 2 weeks when I've had to hear, oh, we've played the Raiders and Commanders. Okay, but guess what? For the first 2 months of the season, I had to go through the Chiefs with Mahomes, the Rams, the Bucks when they were somewhat healthy, the freaking Broncos. I had to go. We went through once again. We played the most playoff teams from the previous year in NFL history.
Yeah.
I don't care. And again, the 49ers are playing without almost every impactful player they have. George Kittle missed almost a month. Nick Bosa has been out for most of the season. Fred Warner's been out for more than half the season. I know he hasn't figured into the plans, but Brandon Ayuk has not played this year. If he was out there, who knows? I know there's a lot of off-field stuff, but just saying, if he was on the field, Ricky Pearsall has been hurt. Jawan Jennings has been hurt, and they are still winning games. That's the point.
He's been running his mouth.
But that's my point, though. When you're down that many players like that, especially those two guys on the defensive end, because, Nick Bosa is a top 3 pass rusher in the league, and Fred Warner is the best middle linebacker in football. How many defenses can overcome those things? That's what you got to sit there and ask yourself. All right, so the Niners are playing a weak schedule, but what about the teams that have played the 49ers since all these injuries? We don't take that into account? I don't care about strength of schedule. If you're in this situation because you won your game, that's literally like what we're doing. People like to penalize teams because they win against teams they're supposed to beat. So, and let's not also forget the fact that Kyle Shanahan has not only done this without his best defensive players, basically every offensive weapon he's got left injured at some point during the season. George, he's done it with 2 quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong. Brock Purdy looked amazing last night, but Brock Purdy missed a good amount of the season early on. He was banged up. Mac Jones is probably going to get a nice little payday this offseason because of that. That's even more impressive. He's done it with 2 quarterbacks.
Speaking of Ayuk, because I know I'm glad I just found the article again. Ayuk, with this whole thing of him being injured and him being off, he has had a personal wide receivers coach. Do you know who that is?
What a shot.
Do you know who it is? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? No.
Please don't be.
Oh no, hang on to your phone there, buddy. TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Oh dear God.
No. Don't, dude. That dude's got some brains.
He does.
Check this. Ayuk was actually interviewed this week and was asked about the situation. And TJ says he knows darn well. He says Ayuk's going to regret what the hell he's done. He said, man, to me, it's crazy. I'm going to be honest. He said, number one, there's no way in hell that I fight for every dollar that I want. And then now I'm going to give up millions. I don't understand it. They offered you $28 million per year. You didn't want 28. You wanted 30. And you wouldn't sign until you received it. You get it. And now you let it go because you don't want to show up at meetings. You don't want to go to your rehab. I'll tell you one thing. He's going to get to my age and he's going to regret that. I promise you that, because you never make that money up. You're never going to make that back. That's a mic drop if I ever heard one.
And also, not only is Houshmandzadeh able to speak about this about himself, who was he teammates with?
Ocho Cinco.
Was not a perfect angel.
Nope.
Houshmandzadeh has been there and done that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's kind of like having that sibling of, do you watch your sibling screw up enough? Whoopsie. It's like, yep, okay. He goes on further to say, if you're a coach and you're an organization, I'd want him on my team because he's a good player, but there ain't no way in hell I'm paying him millions and millions of dollars. I'm not giving him 20 million and you just let 30 million go. I wish him the best in decisions he's making. I don't believe it's a smart decision. Some people like the game and others love it. He said, it says here, Houshmandzadeh went on to say that he offers advice to all players he coaches, but not everyone is willing to listen and adapt.
So actually, I like what Houshmandzadeh said there about the like the game, love the game. Here's how I look at that. I think these guys love the game entirely, but there's 2 parts of the love. I don't think there's a like and love. I think it's 2 loves. Some players love the game. Some love what it gets them. That's how I look at it.
Travis Kelce gets him a lot of love.
Travis Kelce was just the leading vote getter in the Pro Bowl. What the hell are we doing?
Travis Kelce got more than that, dude. Travis Kelce's going to leave this NFL career, and it ain't going to matter.
Well, I don't care, because you know what? Once he's done, and they're all out, and I don't have to deal with him anymore.
And Kansas City security's not going to have to deal with it either.
Oh, dear God. So, I don't know how much longer we're on here for, but I do got a question.
I'm sorry. Let me finish up one last piece of this on this.
Okay.
Is with BA, it's just he's a great talent. He can play football. Somebody's going to sign him. But you're going to look back in this and say, damn, what it could have been, he said, because you're in a great situation in San Francisco with one of the best play callers to ever call plays in the NFL. I don't know what's going. I don't know what's going. If you don't tell me, I'm not going to ask. Dude, there is some serious wisdom right there. And I hope that every young wide receiver who's looking at, hey, I want that next big payday. I hope that they're looking at that and going, you know what? Yeah, let's be smart about this. Get with those agents. Go, hey, listen, I want to know exactly what's going on. Don't be pushing things to a point where it's no, we can hold off. Because if you end up, and I'll say it, it's like it's not a TO situation, it's an Ayuk situation. TO's situation was totally mental. Antonio Brown's was a whole other mental. And now you got Ayuk, who's just stupid.
Well, first of all, when it comes to AB, until Ayuk turns up and makes something called CTESPN, we're okay. We haven't got there yet. But,
well, like I said, Brandon Ayuk,
yeah, but you know what? George, what's the one thing I tell you? I hate nationally televised sports talk radio, sports talk shows, and to my heart. That's why I have my own. I can't stand listening to it. The only person I can fathom listening to some of the time is Coward. He's the only one I can listen to sometimes. He's somewhat right, man. The wide receiver position is a diva position. These guys think that they're the most important thing on the football field.
And you know what? You know what I would do next year? Because you're already going to slice him off.
Yeah.
Somebody only signed a 1-year deal with Pittsburgh. I'd go fetch him in a minute. I'd fetch him in a minute, and I'd have Shanahan put his thumb on his head and go give him the Billy Belichick situation that Billy gave Randy Moss. And just let Shanahan have him talk to Moss and wake that boy up, because that boy has got too much damn talent and it's going to waste, and he's just getting himself in trouble. The game in Detroit said it all. Go out, go grab him, go lock him in a room, talk sense into the man, and tell him this is the 49er way. Stick with this, you will go places. It's exactly what Belichick told Moss. This is the Patriot way. What did Randy do? Locked up with Brady, hung out, stayed at his house, learned everything he needed to learn, and then showed it out on the field and kept his head down and stayed the hell out of the news. What is he now? Oh, a Hall of Fame receiver.
Just think of the crazy thing. They didn't win shit when he was there.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
They never won a Super Bowl.
It's not a knock on Randy. I'm not saying that. It's crazy that they had those historic season where Moss had 20 plus touchdowns. Brady was freaking amazing. And then after he gets shipped out, they go and win like 3 more. They win like 3 and they win 3.
It was just crazy.
But it goes to the show. Like, again, you don't need the big name wide receivers to win everything.
No, and
they're nice to have.
Sorry. Yeah. I mean, the 49ers even had Randy Moss first. And I was just like, okay, thank you.
Well, again, look what we've had to go through. I know people like to blame Kevin Patullo and everything with the Eagles offense. A.J. Brown sure doesn't bitch and complain a lot when he has 13 targets a game, but they lose 3 in a row. He don't seem to talk too much after that. But guess what? And Tyler said it. We're not saying, oh, AJ's a decoy, nothing else. Tyler said it. Just shut up and let the game come to you. Exactly. And now you're seeing it again. They're getting the football back into the hands of AJ when they can, with Devontae Smith, with Dallas Goedert. Saquon Barkley starting to look like Saquon Barkley again. And now the offense looks better. It's almost like when everybody gets involved, it works better instead of just focusing on one. freaking guy every other play.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad move. I think it may be a smart move, and especially because it's just like, for the love of God, just don't let him go die in the Raiders facility, please. Whatever you do, don't let Pete Carroll get a hold of him, because it will definitely, if he ends up as a Raider, he's done. His career will
Why?
be over.
He'll have so many 1-yard touchdowns because Pete loves to throw the ball at the 1-yard line.
It will. They got to get down there first. It will totally ruin his career.
Brock Bowers will take care of that.
It'll ruin his career. I mean, granted, now listen, don't get me wrong, it'd be kind of fun to see Tyler Lockett, Geno Smith, and DK Metcalf and Brock Bauer. Okay, and Gentry. Okay, that makes things a little more interesting, but no, don't do it. Please don't do it. DK needs some mental coaching. He needs that help. For sure.
A bunch of them dudes need a lot.
He needs it. He needs it badly. Hell, send him to New England. Let Mike Vrabel get a hold of him. Let Vrabel get a hold of him and just go, look, smack him upside the head a few times and go, look, one, this is how you hit somebody.
Mike Vrabel comes across to me as somebody that sits there in practice and says, if I can tackle you, you're running laps all day. That's the kind of coach he reminds me of.
Yeah.
I love Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, I ain't got a bad thing to say about him. Not a bad thing to say about him. Not one. Not one. But like I said, going to Pittsburgh, that was ugly. And I knew it would be. It's just bad. It's bad all the way around.
And again, you brought DK up again. There's another situation. He was pissed off in Seattle. They shipped his ass over to Pittsburgh, and now Jackson Smith and Jake was one of the best wide receivers in the game.
They just shipped him out. They just shipped him out. He was a free agent.
That's my point.
Yeah, I
think this offseason coming up, we are going to see major headlines by wide receivers and quarterbacks.
Sam, I know we had the debate last night. Jackson Smith-Njigba is leading the league, and he's getting double teamed, and he's pulling this off.
One game under 75 yards.
Yeah. One. Sam, that's unheard of, especially when you're being double teamed. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, and like I said last night, I didn't disagree with Dustin said about Sam Darnold, but it's not like he had 1,100 yards with Geno Smith last year. The difference was last year he wasn't the primary target. There was still Lockett and DK. Now that they're both gone, they committed to Jackson Smith-Njigba, and oh, good Lord, now they gave him Rashid Shaheed to play next to him. Oh, good Lord. These guys are this guy is just unfreaking believable. But again, he's an Ohio State wide receiver. Did you not expect him to be good?
Exactly. It's exactly where I was going. And I know that Mr. Olave is also due up next, too.
God, there's so many. We got to have that debate one day. Who is the best wide receiver in producing school and college? There's some good ones, man.
Listen, I know LSU had a nice little run there, but Ohio State is very, very consistent when it comes to popping wide receivers out there.
I know.
Running backs, they get lucky with the running backs every 8 years. I'll say it. They get lucky about every 8 years they get the running back to come through. But the wide receivers, you're usually good for one or two every other year, if not every year.
I know.
Depending on how it goes.
I mean, if you just think of Ohio State, you've got freaking Olave. I had a brain fart for a second. JSN. Help me out. Garrett Wilson.
I'll go back to Michael Thomas.
Then you go to LSU and you still have Chase Jefferson, Malik Neighbors. But then if you go back to I know they don't have the talent that those others have, but even Alabama put some good ones out there.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Smith.
Yeah.
Jerry Jeudy. I know Jerry Jeudy sometimes isn't everyone's favorite, but he's still pretty damn good.
Yes, he is. Yep.
This is some scary freaking stuff to talk about because it's a hard thing to figure out.
Right.
I will say this. Now, I think LSU's got a lot more talented ones that we haven't talked about. I think because people look at the top two names there, Jefferson, Chase. I think that's what makes people think they have the advantage. But I mean, you just said it. Michael Thomas, freaking Olave, JSN. Oh, by the way, there's one there right now. There's two there right now that are going to add to this shit.
Yeah, I was going to say Jeremiah Smith's going to be your next one, and it's just like, well, hey, hello. Let's not forget Marvin Harrison Jr. over in Arizona. Hello.
Hold on.
Let's not forget that Buckeye too.
I'm not, but pump the brakes with Jeremiah. We got to wait another year or two. What about this year coming up when Carnell Tate gets into the league?
Yep, I was just like I said, it's
by the way, Emeka Ibuka, anybody?
I was going to refer right back on down to him. Yep, it was like,
be here
don't forget about.
We'll be here all night.
Yeah,
we'll be here all day.
I mean, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 7 Ohio State receivers we just mentioned. Oh, I'll throw Chris Carter in just for shits and giggles. By the way,
show your age, why don't you?
How about that? Oh, yeah. Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Well, hold on a second. So, and now I'm on LSU real quick because I'm just curious. I mean, no, Terrace Marshall sucks. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I'm sorry. You wanted to go someplace. No, just
Well, no, here I got some. Here, Jarvis Landry.
Landry was LSU.
Brian Thomas, who's currently in Jacksonville. I know this year has been a little down for him, but
yeah, that's been rough.
It has been. Odell.
Well,
I forget Odell went there actually. Oh, here. And I remember Dwayne Bowe and the 2 years he had in Kansas City where he was a monster.
I forgot Brandon about him. That's probably why.
It was only Brandon LaFell. There's a freaking name. Chase, of course. Jefferson, of course. You son of a bitch. I hate articles that refreshes on me and I have to go all the way back. But no, again, there are just so many conversations to have over this debate one day. This is something that we need Zolt for. I need Zolt for this. Hopefully when we this is a you, me, and a Zolt thing because we each can literally bring up one team. One of us can bring up LSU, the other one can bring up Ohio State, and then
let me continue on. Garrett Wilson from the Jets. Terry McLaurin. Curtis Samuel. Dude, now we've literally covered a dozen Ohio State wide receivers. Okay, we've got a couple of technicalities we can go with off of this list too. Paris Campbell and Noah Brown. Paris Campbell's now with the Cowboys. And he was with the Colts. Oh, well, now we want to go old school. Santonio Holmes, Joey Galloway, Terry Glenn, David Boston, and Michael Jenkins. Right. Like I said, we could. Wow, that is seriously a lot.
All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I was that guy. I went and looked at Alabama.
Okay, well, it's our hour's up. We're out of here.
Okay, so,
we're
all right,
off.
before we do get,
We're off. We're off.
I can't say one thing. Really?
We're out of here.
I got one thing to say real quick.
Careful.
No. I want to give a shout out to something real quick. So you know how, just real quickly, you know how like the Facebook Reels are your thing and like the fill in the blanks results thing?
Oh, yeah.
Well, no. So I thought of a cool little thing that I could try to do once in a while. I could call it the Sam Report. And I could just throw in like a fun little topic or two per week. Can I just throw what my little topics were that I just want to shout out real quick? Number one, shout out the Pittsburgh Pirates for spending some money.
Oh. Go ahead. Go. No. Yeah, I was going to say leading the hitting home charge. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to I have two little things real quick. And as soon as I say the second one, you can just bounce us out of here because I have nothing to say about it. But the Pirates.
Who did Pittsburgh get?
They got Nathaniel Lau from the Rays, power hitting second baseman.
Okay.
And they just signed Ryan O'Hearn, who was with the Orioles and Padres last year, 800 OPS, 17 homers. Nathaniel Lau hit 31 home runs last year for the Rays. 2 left-handed power bats to put into that lineup with Spencer Horwitz, O'Neal Cruz, Brian Reynolds. Pirates are starting to get a little interesting to talk about again, so Bruiser should be happy. And also, the last thing that I want to leave us on, you can cut us out now because
That takes care of the 4 minutes. Say goodnight, Grayson.
Good night.
Good night. That's it. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night.
Good night.
So I said, well, flip a coin. And if it comes out heads, have your hair dyed.
And if it comes out tails, say goodnight, Gracie.